The big question about the safety of America's streets and what police say they need to keep law and order. The tactic is called stop and frisk, and today a judge dealt it a major blow, saying it can open the door to racism. So tonight, police are fighting back. ABC's senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas takes us into the heart of the battle.
It's encounters like these that have fueled the fury. Minorities claiming that they are routinely targeted by the NYPD Stop and Frisk program in blatant racial profiling. Kasim Walters says it happened to him.
I remember them banging my head into this.
And he told ABC's Bill Weir it's happening too often.
How many times have you been stopped and frisked?
7 times.
7 times?
Yes, sir.
And you're how old?
17.
Today, a federal judge ruled that the NYPD has been engaging in systematic discrimination by encouraging officers to search those they deem suspicious. Blacks and Latinos make up 52% of New York City's population, but 84% of those stopped by police were black and Latino males. The men who brought the suit against the city spoke of justice.
The New York City Police Department now has to be part of the solution because the judge has agreed with us that it was a big part of the problem.
But the mayor and police chief issued a warning.
That stop, question, frisk has saved countless lives. And we know that most of those lives saved, based on the statistics, have been black and Hispanic young men.
The judge is requiring a monitor to oversee NYPD practices and calling for a trial program for some officers to wear cameras to record arrests, as they do in an increasing number of cities. The ruling could have enormous implications.
Stop and frisk is a pretty widely used tactic by police across the country, right?
It's New York City. They've cut homicides significantly. At the same time, how do you balance preventing homicides and constitutional rights? That's the real challenge here.
Today, on a separate front, the Attorney General said there's simply too many people in prison, and he called for measures to reduce that population, primarily nonviolent offenders, Diane.
And nonviolent drug offenders will be the main target, you think?
Nonviolent drug offenders, we're talking some changes could be immediate. He's telling federal prosecutors to reduce the number of cases where there are long mandatory sentences. And we're talking about drug dealers who didn't sell to children who had small amounts of drugs.